I've made it clear how I view identity politics and the anti-racist movement, that it's actually the most racist thing to come along in this country since the days of Jim Crow. So how far will anti-racists go to further their blatantly racist anti-white agenda? The Daily Wire has a must-read article about what a school district in Loudoun County, a D.C. suburb in Virginia, that happens to be the wealthiest county in America. And it's about what they're doing to try to shut down parents who disagree with their anti-racist curriculum. Now keep in mind, these are the people who work at high-level jobs in Washington, D.C. Tragically, they make up our elite leadership class. In short, there's a private Facebook group called Anti-Racist Parents of Loudoun County. It includes current and former teachers, and they've compiled a list of parents suspected of disagreeing with actions that the schools have taken, including their teaching of controversial racial concepts. Their stated purpose, in part, is to infiltrate, use hackers to silence parents' communications, and expose these parents publicly as, of course, racist. They're doing this even though their communications include no evidence of racist behavior by the parents who are being targeted. The parents were simply objecting to, wanting a debate about, or even just being neutral about critical race theory. According to critical race theory, anyone who objects to, questions, or is even neutral about it is a racist, who is automatically considered an enemy to the woke. One racial consulting firm, the Equity Collaborative out of California, was paid close to $500,000 by Loudoun's public school system, which has, according to the Daily Wire, flooded its curricula and policies with racial rhetoric. Members of the district staff were required to undergo Equity in the Center training to promote the idea of racial injustice and the urgency of making up for it. Some of the people in this Facebook group use pseudonyms, but the Daily Wire has identified them as being a who's who of the affluent jurisdiction outside D.C., including school staff and elected officials. Again, our leaders. They were looking for volunteers to help them with their activities, which a local pro-critical race theory mom helpfully listed online. Here they are. 1, gather information through community mailing list, a list of folks who are in charge of the anti-critical race theory movement, list of local lawmakers and folks in charge. Number 2, infiltrate by creating false online profiles and joining these groups to collect and communicate information, and then use hackers to either shut down their websites or redirect them to pro-CRT websites. Number 3, spread information by exposing these people publicly, creating online petitions and counter-mailings. And 4, find a way to gather donations for these efforts. Volunteering is great, but these efforts can be costly, and not everyone has extra funds readily available. According to critical race theory, saying that people should be judged by their character and not by skin color is evil rhetoric. The story out of Loudoun County in Virginia is in some ways reminiscent of the witch hunts in Salem, Massachusetts, as a group of wealthy, obsessed suburban white women takes radical measures against what they see as evil in their community. Fortunately, one of the parents in this school district happens to be former Trump Justice Department spokesman Ian Pryor. He appeared on Tucker Carlson's show Wednesday night and said the targeted parents have a name for the anti-racists of Loudoun County, which I like a lot better: Chardonnay Antifa. Pryor said he found out through a reporter's inquiry that he personally had made their list not once but twice. His 2 transgressions? Well, he had gone to a school board meeting to speak up about the First Amendment concerns in the schools. Well, the bigot. And last October, he had written a strong op-ed in the Federalist about critical race theory being used in Loudoun County public schools. By the way, I highly recommend that you read the whole article. But writing this article doomed him. He said a neighbor alerted the group and put him on the list. Here's Ian Pryor on Tucker Carlson.
So for defending the First Amendment and for standing up for a colorblind meritocracy against racism, you were threatened with the help of a neighbor. I mean, what country is this? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know what country it is. I don't know what neighborhood it is anymore, but I do know that this is happening everywhere in America. And that's why I think it's important for people to go out there and talk about this.
Yes, it's very important that we face these atrocities from the left head on when they happen. That's much better than just standing silently by like we've been on the right way too long. They'll never stop by themselves. Their rabid hatred won't allow them to. So we have no choice but to speak up and push back. Ian added that the Loudoun County attorney was actually in this group. There's no evidence that she was participating in any of their bad behavior, but she's a member of the group. Pryor noted 3 ways for cancel culture avengers to counter the cancel culture commandos: fearlessness, substance, and mockery. I'm all for using these 3 approaches as avengers, and we particularly see the power in mockery, which has the added benefit of being highly entertaining. But if I may add one more thing to that list, don't apologize to the woke mob, especially if you've done nothing wrong. These anti-racists can't seem to comprehend that they themselves are racist of the highest order and are, as such, easily mocked by those who reject their perverted, toxic theory. It's just that so many of us have become terrified of cancel culture. Are leftists really going to cancel half the country if we all stand up? We can just as easily decide to cancel them. And that may be just what we have to do. Well, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed that video, consider subscribing to the channel below and clicking the notification bell. And please leave a like and a comment. That helps a lot just to get this video in front of a lot more people, including some Democrats. So if you want more of my news analysis and commentary, be sure to sign up for my newsletter at MikeHuckabee.com. It is completely free. And also check out our second channel, Huckabee's Jukebox, for something a little more lighthearted. That's it for this edition of The Breakdown. I'm Mike Huckabee.